You turned off your location. You opened settings. You found the toggle. You watched it slide from blue to gray. You waited a second just to make sure. Then you closed the app. You even swiped it out of memory. No background activity, no permissions, nothing running. You set the phone down. Then, a few minutes later, you opened Maps just to check. The blue dot was still there, right where you were sitting. Not a rough guess. Not a city-level circle. Not a general area. Your exact position. Down to which side of the building. Down to which room. You stared at it. You had done everything right. Turned it off. Confirmed it. Closed the app. And the dot did not move. It did not fade. It was still watching. You turned it off, so why does it still know? It starts the way most things start. With a small decision that feels like it matters. You are scrolling through settings on a Tuesday night. You tap privacy. You tap location services. There is a list of every app that has been watching where you go. Some you recognize, some you have never opened. You slide each toggle off one by one. The icons go gray. The screen confirms your choices. And for a moment, it feels like you just closed a door that had been open for years. That feeling is the product. She did not search anything. She did not tell anyone. She did not text a friend or call ahead. She just drove. A woman in Portland had turned off location for every app on her phone. No GPS, no geotagged photos, no check-ins. She had gone through every setting, every permission, every toggle. All gray, all off. She drove 40 minutes to a medical clinic she had never visited. A clinic she had found through a paper flyer pinned to a board at her gym. Not a Google search. Not a recommendation algorithm. Just a piece of paper on a wall. She parked. She walked in. She spoke to a doctor she had never spoken to before. She paid with a card, picked up a prescription, and drove home. She did not post about it. She did not message anyone about it. As far as her phone knew, nothing had happened. That evening, she opened Instagram. The third post in her feed was a sponsored ad for the exact medication she had been prescribed 3 hours earlier. Not the category, not a related product. The exact name. She had not typed it anywhere. She had not spoken it out loud near her phone. She just went somewhere, and something was already there when she arrived. Most people think location tracking works one way. A clean chain. Satellite sends a signal. Phone receives it. App reads the coordinate. Turn off the satellite link, and the chain breaks. That is what the toggle represents. That is what most people believe it does. But the coordinate did not disappear when the toggle turned gray. The system just found a different way to calculate it. Then what exactly did you turn off? In 2024, a cybersecurity researcher in Munich bought a brand new Android phone. He disabled GPS in the store before he even left. He turned off Wi-Fi. He turned off Bluetooth. Then he drove a random route through the city for 3 hours with the phone sitting on the passenger seat. When he got home, he pulled the device's system logs. The phone had recorded 14 location estimates during the drive. Every single one was accurate to within 40 meters. It had never connected to a satellite. It had never joined a network, but it had never stopped listening. Then what was it using? Your phone does not need GPS to know where you are. It has two other systems that work without your permission and without a visible connection. The first is Wi-Fi scanning. Even when you turn Wi-Fi off, the hardware inside your phone continues scanning for nearby networks. It does not connect to them. It just listens for their names. Every Wi-Fi router in range broadcasts a unique identifier, like a fingerprint made of radio. Your phone picks up those identifiers and matches them against a massive database that maps each one to a physical location on Earth. Google built this database. Apple built a separate one. They did not build them with satellites or survey teams. They built them with your phone. Every time you walked past a router with location services enabled, your device quietly recorded that router's position and uploaded it. You were the surveyor. You just were never told you were mapping anything. If something about that shifted how you see the device next to you, you are already noticing more than most people do. This channel is built for that shift. A thumb up tells the algorithm this kind of content matters. And subscribing means the next investigation reaches you before it reaches anyone else. Now, Wi-Fi scanning is only the first layer. And if that works without your knowledge, what else is still running? The second system is cell tower triangulation. Your phone is always in contact with at least one tower, usually 2 or 3. Each tower measures the strength of your signal. The stronger it is, the closer you are. When 3 towers compare their readings, they can place your phone within a few hundred meters. In a dense city, that narrows to less than 50. This process runs at the hardware level, below your apps, below your settings, below the operating system. The baseband processor that controls your cellular radio does not answer to your privacy toggles. It answers to the network, and the network always wants to know where you are. There is a third layer most people have never heard of, Bluetooth beacons. small, silent transmitters embedded inside retail stores, airports, malls, and subway stations. They broadcast a low-energy pulse, and your phone receives it passively. Retailers use them to track which aisle you paused in and how long you stayed. Airports use them to measure how fast you moved through security. Your phone heard every signal and logged the interaction without asking. In 2025, reporters in Europe obtained a free sample dataset from a location data broker. The dataset contained 278 million location points from phones across Belgium. Using it, they identified the movements of hundreds of European Commission officials, where they worked, where they ate, where they went after hours. No hacking, no warrants, no special access. Just a free sample from a company that sells this data to anyone willing to pay. The EU called the findings concerning. Nothing in the dataset was illegal. Right now, while you are watching this, your phone is scanning. It is cataloging every Wi-Fi network within range. It is measuring its distance from the nearest cell towers. It is logging Bluetooth signals if any are present. None of this requires an app to be open. None of this requires your permission today. It was authorized by a terms of service agreement you scrolled past 2 software updates ago. The system is not hiding. It just made sure you would never think to look. Then what did you actually control? The data your phone collects does not stay on your phone. It moves outward. Location brokers purchase movement data in bulk from app developers, telecom companies, and advertising networks. A 2025 study found that 86% of Android apps analyzed were collecting location data through hidden software tools embedded in their code. Even apps that have nothing to do with navigation. Weather apps, coupon apps, games, each one quietly feeding your coordinates to companies you have never heard of. Researchers at MIT studied 15 months of movement data from 1.5 million people. They found that 4 location points are enough to uniquely identify 95% of individuals in the dataset. 4 places you went, that is all it takes to find you. It does not need your name. It already knows who you are. The settings screen on your phone is designed to feel like a control panel. Toggles, sliders, permission prompts. Every interaction gives you the impression that you are drawing a line the system will respect. But the system was not built to be limited by your preferences. It was built to continue collecting while giving you the feeling that you stopped it. The toggle is not a switch. It is a gesture, a small animation that changes what you see on the screen without changing what happens underneath. You feel like you closed a door. But the room does not have doors. It has walls that look like doors. And you have been standing in the open this whole time. Your phone is next to you right now, in your hand, on the desk, charging across the room. It knows exactly where it is. It knows how long it has been there. It will know the moment you leave in which direction you walk. You turned off location services this morning. You did the thing you were supposed to do. The screen confirmed it. The icon disappeared, and nothing changed. Not the scanning, not the logging, not the selling. The only thing that changed was the feeling, that quiet, private sense that you had taken back some control. That feeling was the product all along. If you want to see how a different system decides what reaches your screen and what gets buried before you ever see it, that video is here. And if you want to understand the machine that already selected this video for you before you clicked, that one is here. Pick one, follow it further.